Hello, dear students. Very good morning. We have a luring and a cute poem about schoolmaster. Today, we are all going to discuss about the poem The Village Schoolmaster written by Oliver Goldsmith. First of all, we discussed about the poet. Oliver Goldsmith is one of the best known writers of the English literature of the 18th century. He has written a number of poems and novels. Some of his well known works are The Vizier of Wakefield, The Deserted Village, The Traveller, and She Stoops to Conquer. Though Goldsmith was trained to be a doctor, he never practiced. Answer the following questions. Before we are going to discussing about the poem, I will read it. Listen carefully. Beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way, with blossomed furze unprofitably gay, there in his mansion, skilled to rule, the village master taught his little school. Meanings of the first stanza: yon, over there, straggling, spread out, fence, boundaries, skirts, goes round, blossom, marks of flowers, furze, grass, gay, happy, mansion, large impressive house. A man sever he was, and strained to view. I knew him well, and every trent knew. Well had boarding tramplers learned to trace the day's disasters in his morning face. Meanings of the second stanza: severe, strict, stern, strict, truant, one who stays away from school without permission, boarding, predicting, tramplers, shake involuntarily, day's disasters, misfortune they have to face on that day. Full well they laughed with counterfeited glee at all his jokes, for many a joke had he. Full well the busy whisper, circling round, conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. Meanings of stanza 3: counterfeited glee, pretending joy; whisper, to speak very softly; dismal, miserable, very bad; frowned, as in displeasure. Yet he was kind, or if severe in aught, the love he bore to learning was in fault. The village all declared how much he knew. 'Twas certain he could write and cipher too. Meanings of stanza 4: ought, in any degree; fault, responsible something wrong; cipher, code, secret message. And in the story ran that he could gauge, in arguing too, the person owned his skill, for e'en though vanquished, he could argue still. Meanings of stanza 5: measure, size, presage, foretell, or before telling; gauge, measure; vanquish, defeat. While words of learned length and thundering round, amazed the gazing rustics ranged around, and still they gazed and still the wonder grew, that one small head could carry all he knew. Meanings of stanza 6: rustics, villagers. The Village Schoolmaster is an extract from Goldsmith's famous long poem, The Deserted Village, in which he describes the decline of a village in Ireland in the 19th century. The extract describing the schoolmaster is said to have been inspired by one Thomas Brain, an ex soldier who thought goldsmith when he was a boy. Here, in the first stanza, the village schoolmaster ran his little school in a small village. It was situated next to the irregular fence that fringed the village path with full blossomed, beautiful but ornamental furze. Here in the second stanza, he was a very strict disciplinarian. He was familiar to the poet and all other trends because they had endured the master's rage. His face was a thing of careful scrutiny. The students were afraid of him and would gaze at his face to sense his present frame of mind. The day's misfortunes were written on his forehead or in between the eyebrows. Here in the stanza 3, the schoolmaster was a contradiction. Although he was strained, he was kind-hearted and good-humored. He had a store of jokes. When he told them, the children burst out in a fake laughter under the pretext that the jokes were fully hilarious. If the children observed a frown on his forehead, they circulated the gloomy news throughout the classroom in an undertone. But he was in essence a kind man. If at all he had any fault, it was his intense love for learning. He wanted his pupils to become genuine scholars, and hence he had to be demanding with them. Here in the fourth and fifth stanza, the villagers were unanimous in their opinion that he really was an erudite man. He, without doubt, could write and also work out sums in arithmetic. He could also survey land, forecast weather and tides. Besides, he was able to measure to content of a vessel. He was master at argument too. Even the parson approved of his skill in debate. Even if defeated, the schoolmaster would keep on arguing. He would become more fervent and would fling booming words at his adversary. The uncomprehending villagers would be convinced that the schoolmaster was establishing his standpoint very truly. They stood round the two debaters and witnessed the verbal duel. The final stanza, the poet said that when they heard the high-sounding and incomprehensible words used by the schoolmaster, they started at him and wondered how his small head could hold such an enormous hoard of knowledge. In the end, the narrator the poem with the sad note that the schoolmaster no longer teaches at school and all his achievements are forgotten. Also, the place where he had enjoyed has been forgotten.